Have you ever felt like you're knocking on closed doors with no answer? What if I told you that there is a simple word that, when repeated 3 times, has the power to change your life? It may seem counterintuitive, almost impossible, but what you are going to hear now may be the key you are looking for. Most people live in a cycle of frustration, believing that they need something great to transform their reality. But what if the answer lies in something so simple that it has been ignored by all but those who have achieved success and freedom? Let's break this myth now. Get ready to find out what they don't want you to know and understand how a simple word can open all the doors you thought were closed forever. Oh, beloved sisters and brothers, we unite now in a time of profound mystery and grace. We feel in our hearts the weight of closed doors in our lives, those that keep us from moving forward, that block our joy and purpose. We feel the anguish of long days and silent nights, where hope seems like a faint flame before the winds of doubt. But today, with unwavering faith and open hearts, we turn to the one who holds the keys to every door. We raise our voices in unison, ready to invoke the power that resides in sacred words. For we have been taught that there is a word, a simple word, which when repeated with true intention and devotion, has the power to open even the heaviest doors. Let us unite our souls in reverence, not with fear, but with expectation and love. Because we know that before us is not just an obstacle, but a divine opportunity. And by pronouncing this word 3 times with our whole being, we will not only open physical doors, but also those of our heart, our mind, and our spirit. This is the time, sisters, we now reflect on the power that words have. For we know well that words are not mere sounds, but are seeds planted in the garden of our spirit. Every word that comes from our lips has the potential to build or tear down, to calm or stir the waters of our soul. In the Bible, we learn that God created the world through His Word, saying, "Let there be light." And there was light. What a grand mystery this is. So are the words we pronounce. When we speak in faith, words become powerful weapons, capable of breaking down walls and opening paths where before there was only despair. Today we prepare to repeat a special word, a word that has the power to open all the doors before us. But not an empty or mechanical repetition, but rather with a heart full of intention and confidence. We know that for many the doors of life have remained closed. It can be the door to a new job, the door of reconciliation in a relationship, or the door of inner peace. There's a mystery in repetition, sisters and brothers, something that echoes through the ages and the scriptures. When we repeat a word or a prayer, we are not just speaking to the wind. We are reaffirming our faith, strengthening our conviction, and sending a clear message to the universe and to God. Each repetition is like a blow on a closed door, stronger and stronger, until it gives way and opens. Let us remember when Jesus taught us about perseverance in prayer. He told us the parable of the widow who insisted before the judge, returning day after day, until her cause was answered. So is the repetition of words in our spiritual life. When we repeat it sincerely, our faith grows and the impossible begins to take shape before our eyes. Today, as we prepare to repeat this word, we will not do it just for the sake of it. So what is this word that carries so much power? It is not just a common word, but a word that comes loaded with meaning and strength. Perhaps the word we need to repeat today is freedom, or perhaps it is healing, or even peace. But know that it is not so much the word itself that brings about the transformation, but the faith and intention with which we pronounce it. There is power in naming our desires, in boldly proclaiming what we seek. When we say freedom, we are not just asking to be set free, we are declaring that we are already free, that the chain has been broken, that the door has already opened. When we say healing, we are affirming that God's healing hand is already at work in us. Therefore, as you prepare to repeat this word, do so with your whole being. Do not let doubt or fear have a place in your hearts. For the word that There is a sacred symbolism in the number 3, something that transcends cultures and times. The number 3 represents completeness, balance, and the union of body, mind, and spirit. When we say this word 3 times, we do so not only out of tradition, but because we recognize the power of uniting all parts of ourselves into a single purpose. Each repetition is an act of faith. The first time we proclaim the intention. In the second, we strengthen our conviction. And in the third, we seal our request in the spiritual realm. This is the process by which transformation occurs. Just as the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit are 3 but 1, our words repeated 3 times unite our desires with the divine will. So, as we utter this word, let us not say it as a mere ritual. May each repetition be done. How many of us have faced closed doors in our lives? Doors that separate us from our dreams, from the healing we seek, or from the peace we so desire. Perhaps these doors are broken relationships, missed opportunities, or wounds from the past that insist on keeping us stuck. These doors may seem insurmountable, like walls too high to climb. But remember, beloved, that what is impossible for us is possible for God. And today He has given us a key, a word, that has the power to unlock what has been locked up. He invites us to speak this word boldly and see what will happen. We know that sometimes God allows certain doors to remain closed for a while so that we can learn, grow, and become stronger. But today is before the physical doors open, we need to open the doors of our mind. Often, it is our own mentality that keeps the doors closed. Fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs are like locks on our soul. We need to open these inner doors so that truth and light can enter. Today, as we prepare to repeat this word, we also prepare to change our mindset. We leave behind the negative thoughts, the lies we believe about ourselves, and the limitations we have imposed on ourselves. Because we know that the true power of the word begins within us. When we release our mind, we liberate the path to manifestation. And so, by speaking this word 3 times, we are also unlocking our mind. It may seem strange to talk about science in the midst of a prayer, but even science confirms what faith has already taught us. Our words have the power to change how we think, feel, and even how our cells respond. When we speak with conviction, we send signals to our brain that activate internal changes. Studies show that repeating positive words can actually rewire our mind, helping us overcome fears and develop a winning mindset. When we declare something with intention, we are programming our brain to seek and find those realities. The word we are going to repeat is not just a sound, it is a frequency, a vibration that resonates within our being. So as you repeat this word today, know that you are participating in something much greater. Repetition is a principle that we see throughout creation. From the rhythm of the ocean waves to the constant beating of our heart, everything operates in repetitive cycles and patterns. God created the world with order and repetition, and this is reflected in our lives. When we repeat a word, we are entering into this divine flow. By repeating, we are strengthening our faith and creating a pattern. Every time we speak the word, we are as it were striking the walls, making them tremble. We are establishing a rhythm, a cadence that reverberates in the spiritual and physical realm. It is like an incessant prayer that rises like incense to the heavens. Today, as we utter this word, we will do so knowing that each repetition is one less brick in the wall. Each time. Before we go any further, I want you to know that many have already walked this path and have seen extraordinary results. There are testimonies of people who have repeated this word and experienced miracles in their lives. Doors that had been locked for years suddenly opened. Healing, provision, reconciliation. All these blessings were released through the power of the word. These stories are not only meant to inspire us, but to remind us that the same God who worked in them is the one who is with us now. He has not changed, his power remains the same. And if he did it for others, he can and will do it for us as well. We are in good company, surrounded by a cloud of witnesses who prove that the word, when spoken in faith, has the power to change everything. So, as you prepare to speak this word, do so with the assurance. Sisters and brothers, God works in his own times and ways, and the movement of the door can be a gradual process. It may start with a small change of heart, a glimmer of hope, or a new opportunity that arises. Every sign, every hint that the door is opening, is a testimony to the power of this word and to our persistence. Do not be discouraged if the door does not open completely at the first moment. Persist, keep declaring with the same faith and conviction. Because what matters is not the speed of the opening, but the certainty that it will open. And when that happens, it will be like an avalanche of blessings and opportunities poured out upon you. This is not an ordinary word, it is a chosen word, set apart for a special purpose. Each letter, each sound carries with it a unique energy. It was an inspired word, a God-given key to unlock what was closed. We did not choose it by chance. It has been revealed to us for this moment. Here so, let us speak this word with all the reverence and respect it deserves. It is not an incantation but a statement of faith. And know that every time we speak it, we are connecting to God's purpose for our lives, allowing Him to work in us and through us. Beloved and beloved, prepare your hearts, for change is about to happen. When the doors begin to open, what you will find on the other side may surprise you. There is a new reality waiting, a higher level of existence that God has prepared for you. But to enter through these doors, you need to be prepared for the new. It can be uncomfortable to leave behind what is familiar, even if it is the chains that bind us. But now is the time to prepare ourselves to receive what is new and good. Let's get rid of all doubt, all fear, and make room in our hearts for the blessings that are to come. And as we repeat this word, let us do so with an open mind and spirit. May our prayer be an invitation to change, a declaration that we are ready. In this sacred moment, as we come together to repeat this word, feel the power it carries. Close your eyes if you wish, feel the divine presence that surrounds us. With each repetition, feel how the energy changes around you. It is like a wave of power that grows at every moment, ready to break all barriers. Do not only speak the word but live it, feel it in every cell of your being. Let the vibration of the word resonate within you, echoing in the deepest corners of your soul. Feel the chains falling, the doors moving, the wind of change blowing toward you. This is not just a physical action, it is a spiritual act. And while we repeat, know that we are not alone. There is a host of angels who move with us. Intention is the flame that ignites the power of the word. Without it, words are empty, like a bell that rings without purpose. So, as you repeat this word, put all your intention into it. Visualize what you wish to see happen. Imagine the doors opening before you. Feel the thrill of freedom, of healing, of change that you are calling into your life. Intention is what gives life to the word. It's like an arrow launched with precision, directing the power to the right target. Unintentionally, the word is like a boat adrift, but with it, it becomes an unbeatable force capable of moving mountains and crossing seas. Therefore, align your intentions with God's will. May it not be just about what we desire, but about witness now, sisters and brothers, because there is power in witness. There is strength in sharing the evidences of what this word has done in the lives of those who believed. There are stories of locked doors that have been opened, of insurmountable walls that have crumbled before the power of faith. Every testimony is living proof that God is faithful and His word does not return void. Listen to the voices of those who have already gone through this process, who have repeated the word and seen the impossible become possible. They are not distant stories or legends from other times, but living testimonies, present in our midst. They encourage us, remind us that the same God who acted yesterday is the God who acts today. And you, beloveds, will be the next to testify, because when we speak this word in faith, we are entering the same. It can happen suddenly, like a ray of light passing through the clouds. Or it can be like the sunrise, a slow but steady process, bringing new clarity and understanding. Doors open at the perfect time, at the moment when we are ready to walk through them. And when this happens, we feel the change in the air, like a divine breath that propels us forward. As the doors begin to open, notice the signs. A new opportunity that arises, a relationship that is restored, a peace that invades the heart. Every little change is a sign that the word is working, that the power has been unleashed and is in action. Do not be alarmed by the speed or slowness of the process. Just trust. Because when God opens a door, and then comes the moment when everything makes sense, the moment of revelation. When we look back and see the path traveled, the struggles and the victories, we realize that each step has brought us here. The repeated word, the open door, everything culminates in this instant of divine clarity. At this point, doubts disappear and we understand the purpose of each challenge faced. God reveals to us the reason for the waiting, the reason for the process. And with the door open, we see a new horizon, a vast field of possibilities that stretches out before us. The moment of revelation is a moment of gratitude. That's when we realize that it wasn't us who opened the door, but the powerful hand of God that pushed it on us. And with grateful hearts, now that the door is open before us, we find ourselves in a new beginning. But remember, beloved ones, that entering through this door is only the beginning of the journey. Once crossed, we are called to live according to the purpose for which we have been freed. We are called to explore, to grow, and to thrive in the new territory that God has given us. First, let's go in with gratitude. Thank God for every step, for every moment of waiting and perseverance. Gratitude is the key that keeps the doors open and helps us see the blessings in every detail. As we cross the threshold of this new stage, let us carry with us a grateful heart willing to honor what we have received. Next, let's act wisely. May our steps be guided by the divine will, and may we use the opportunities that. Now that you know the power that a single word can have, the real question is, are you ready to act? How many times have you been stuck, waiting for something external to change your life? What if the key has always been in your hands, or rather, in your words? It is not just about knowing this technique, it's about putting it into practice. It's about experiencing change, feeling the doors opening one by one. Will you continue to wait for life to bring you the solution, or will you take the reins and start using that power now? Think for a moment, what can you lose by trying? In fact, you have everything to gain. If this word has the potential to transform your life, why not give it a try? And when you do, I want to hear from you. Leave in the comments what happened when you repeated that word. Your experience can be the inspiration someone needs. And if you want to continue learning and discovering powerful tools like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This is just the beginning of an incredible journey, and I want you to be here for every step.